It's time.
Hello everyone, we are
The Nobodies.
What are we doing here today?
Today we are going to be listening to an icon of the rap scene called, his name is Tupac. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yeah, one of the most a very influential rapper.
Yes.
Put it lightly.
Yes, and supposedly he died. Some people say he's still alive. You know, whatever the controversy is,
What,
but
like a rumor or a myth?
and it's I guess they call it controversy. You know, some people say Tupac and this other guy Biggie Smalls are still alive.
Huh, fair enough.
You know, they think they're like on some island in the freaking Bahamas right now.
Understandable.
But Tupac was an icon in the metal scene. I've heard of him. I don't know too many of his songs. I've heard this song, so it's a review for me. It's going to be a reaction for him. But I haven't seen the video. That's the facts.
Yeah, no,
But I have heard the song, so I'm excited to hear it, and let's go.
So question, the
Yep.
metal scene?
Did I say metal?
Yeah.
Well, we are a metal channel. We're just trying to get into this rap thing. We don't know too much about it.
This is new, like I said.
It's new to us. We reacted to a couple other rappers in the past couple days, but this is going to be our first black rapper, honestly. We've done, 4 white rappers now?
Yeah, we're trying to keep it mixed.
Alright, see if we get in.
So, I'm Son.
And I'm Father.
Let's listen.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, killing, he's a hero. Get it to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. I can the devil take.
Well, he's got a nice groove.
I love the piano in the background.
It's a nice beat. It's soft. You know, it's like you could definitely tell he's definitely has feelings about what he's singing about. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can what he's talking about has how his last line was he can't go out unless he takes a friend with him.
Yeah, and he also said that cops, you know, are throwing him and his friends up against the wall, and you know they get bonus points. You know, it's like that's the way it is in the hood. You know, from what I've heard from my black friends who've grown up in some rough areas where there's drugs and police brutality, and they say it's the cops are just out there to make their life difficult. How true that is, I have no idea, but I can't speak for him. So.
Absolutely not. So let's get going.
The brother is close to me. I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then it changed. That's the way it is. Come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I want to be, only way I've been practicing my whole life to live my life is to be responsible for what I do. I don't know how to be responsible for what every black male did. I don't know. Yes, I am going to say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter and I'm still here.
I see no changes. All I see is racist faces.
I think at that time, being that he was what they call a gangster rapper, and he talks about guns and shooting of the police and this and that, he's singing to a group of black people that listen to him as fans.
Yeah.
So if you got one black person that goes out in the hood and shoots somebody because they're in a gang, and the last thing in their cassette player was Tupac, all of a sudden he's to blame.
That's the thing. I can imagine how many people Tupac inspired.
Well, you got to think about it. It was like us. It was like me with metal. When I was growing up, they had guys that committed suicide, and all of a sudden they listened. They opened up the cassette player, and it was Ozzy Osbourne's "Suicide Solution." So Ozzy had to go through a bunch of freaking, court cases, and he's like, "Listen, I just am singing. I'm not telling anybody to go out." He's like, "Yeah, I called myself a thug." doesn't mean I'm making other people thugs. I'm just singing. It's called free speech.
Like, he wishes he could freaking...
You know, he doesn't want no one to go out and, you know, he wants people to have a better life.
Yeah.
Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change.
It's weird hearing him talk about that black president line because
he said I'm not gonna live to see a black president. You know, when he sang this back in the 80s, you know, this was like 88, 89 if I'm not mistaken, that he said, oh, I'll never live to see a black president. Well, he didn't because he got shot. So I don't think he was around for Obama. I think he died before Obama. I think he died in 90. Oh, God, I hate to say. Please put it in the comments, but I'm going to go with 93, 92.
It's weird. This video came out in 2011, and obviously it's probably his freaking record company working on something.
Yeah.
But still, it's like...
No, he's a product of the late 80s, early 90s, and I think he got shot in somewhere in the early 90s. And yeah, he definitely didn't see Obama as president.
No.
So.
Also, I really do love the points in the song where they go to real interviews he's had to like where he's actually addressed the topic in person that he's singing about.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It is.
Try to show another way, but it's staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today,
but you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kids.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, well, that's the way it is.
Come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me.
Oh, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
We gotta make a change.
Rap star and actor Tupac
Shakur was riding in his black. The 25-year-old rapper had long hair.
is also charged with
Hundreds outside the nation as well. School pay their respects to the slain rapper.
not guilty.
He got shot.
Still, I see
Got
no
assassinated.
changes. Can't
He got assassinated. He was like he was in his car. He was driving down I think it was Hollywood Boulevard, and somebody came up to him and shot him point blank. You know, so it's like it's crazy how I love this video. It really, you know, now that first time I've ever seen it, it's showing that, you know, he grew up in the hood, had to sell drugs, became a rapper, became very successful, and you could see his lifestyle changed, and he got so big. And people got jealous, and somebody took him out. Like, you're not gonna be better than me. If you're gonna leave the hood, you're not leaving the hood. You know what I mean? You're just staying in there. So somebody, you know, I don't know who killed him, but some say there was a war between Biggie and Tupac. Some say it was Tupac's people that killed Biggie, and some people say Biggie's people killed Tupac.
It's so weird that there was like,
because there is. If you go back into his past, you'll see that there's videos out there of them dissing each other. You know, you hear all these diss tracks all of a sudden in 2020. You know, back then in the 80s, diss tracks were personal.
yeah, there's probably
Like, it was
some
personal.
freaking
It was war.
Insane fan
Yeah,
who
yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm gonna freaking support the guy whose song I like.
Yeah, well now it's like, oh, diss track, that's funny.
Yeah, diss tracks are a good way of making money.
It's now, yeah, like, yo, they probably say, yo, you want to make a diss track so we can get people to get views? You know, back then, you diss somebody on a record, you called them out, you were going to die. Mm-hmm. And that's a big difference from today and then.
There's only one diss track recently that I genuinely know of. There was this freaking thing between a YouTuber, Nobody, and KSI, if you ever want to look that up, but it was a lot of drama. Mm-hmm. That was like the closest I can say that I think was at an actual like diss track war kind of thing.
brother get a little peace. It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back. Cause I always gotta worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back. Coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, you're my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
This song has a lot of feeling to it. Man.
There's like actual soul.
There's
in
actual
song.
soul and feeling. Like it did the groove, the beats, the way he was singing it, you know, nice and mellow. He, you know, like you watching the video and just listening to the song, you're like, holy cow, this guy had a rough life.
Yeah.
Like growing up in the hood is not easy. I don't know. I didn't grow up in a hood. That's just the facts. I grew up with a white picket fence and freaking 3 cars in my driveway. I can't even imagine. I'm not even going to try to imagine. But I am happy that I didn't have to grow up that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all I could say about it. I mean, you know, I didn't have to sell drugs and do everything that he had to do just to survive. And God bless him, you know what I mean? He did his thing, man.
To those who did and who like have or are working to make it out of it, good for you too, man. For real.
Yeah. If you get out of the ghetto, hood, whatever you call it these days.
Listen, it's so weird to talk about it from our perspective.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Let's just say that, you know. But
to put it lightly,
it's very uncomfortable for us to talk about it. But you know what? That song made me realize that maybe I should listen a little better.
It puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
So, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us down in the comment section below what songs we should listen to for that, because we take your requests. And press the subscribe button with a little button next to it to get notified every time we upload a video. And buy some shirts at cafepress.com/thenobodies. They are pretty darn nice. I'm Son.
And I'm Father.
Rock on.